Hello guys, welcome back to these virtual activities. We're gonna start our day by practicing some grammar points that we saw the last week. We are gonna make some interactive games in the Zoom classes. So let's get started. Once we finish with the practicing, you are gonna open your book on page 60. Exercise 1. Circle whether words in the puzzle. Write the words you find in the space on the right. Pay attention please, because these keywords are not the same that you are gonna find in the puzzle. Some of them are different, okay? Once you finish and find them, you write the words in this space. Exercise 2. We're gonna listen to a track, but before we listen to it, we label the following pictures with the correct kind of weather, and then we check our answers. Once you finish, we are going to answer the bubble. What is the coldest day you can remember? Then you move on the next page, 61. Exercise 3. Listen to the track again. Look at the words in bold and copy them in the space to the right. Then write an antonym for each. So we are going to listen to the track, and then you are gonna write on the next part, on the next to it, you are gonna write the words in bold. For example, the first word is cold. Yes? So you are gonna copy the word, and in front of it you are gonna write the antonym. The antonym is the opposite, remember. The opposite of cold is hot. And you have to do the same with the rest of the words. When you finish, we are gonna conclude today with Test Yourself. We are gonna listen to the track, 3 conversations, and we are gonna answer to it. And finally, you are gonna read the text and choose the right words and write them on the lines. You have to follow the example. And we end up with today's activity. For homework of today, you have to investigate about Japan's 2011 tsunami. It is important that you do this homework, and it's gonna be the only homework that you are gonna have in this week. So please, I need you to do it. It's very easy. You just have to write on the bubble the instructions that are on the second paragraph, that it says, now it's time to do some research on Japan's 2011 tsunami. Ask an adult what they remember about this phenomenon and how their society reacted to it. Write their answers on the cloud. Yes, so you can ask your mom, your dad, your sister, your uncle, and what they answer, you are gonna write on the bubble. Then you are gonna write 4 questions that you want to know about the tsunami. Question 1, question 2, question 3, and question 4. Okay? And then you can write here sources where I found information. Sorry, there are only 3 questions. And here you are gonna write what sources you can find the information, those questions. You can write Google, you can write dictionary, you can write a book, wherever you have in mind, okay? What sources you can use to find this information. And that will be your only homework, okay? For today's activity, we are gonna start with week 3. How can we waterproof ourselves? Page 68. We are not answering the exercise 1. We are gonna skip it. So we're gonna start with exercise 2. Have you ever experienced a hurricane, flood, thunderstorm, or unusual precipitation? Fill in the chart about your experience. For example, one event that I faced was a flood. When did it happen? It happened last summer. How did it happen? Here you have to describe how did it happen. I was driving in my car when it started to rain. How did you feel? I felt nervous. This is what you have to do with your own experience. Then, once we finish, we are gonna read the awesome reader, the next story. The next story is extreme weather. So, we are gonna start in the awesome reader and we are gonna read the story. This story is very interesting because it explains you and describes you many different extreme weathers that we can face, and it tells you how to be protected. And that's it for today. Open your book on page 69. Yesterday we read extreme weather. Once we finish, we are going to write one characteristic of each kind of weather below. You have blizzard, drought, thunder, flood, and hurricane. Then we move on the next page, 70. Exercise 1. Circle the 5 names of extreme weather events in the puzzle, according to the reading. Then, in the reading, it explains some different type of clouds. So you are going to write the type of cloud on each space and you are going to explain. Then you are going to describe the weather today. To end up, we are going to circle the correct answer. You have 4 questions, so you have to answer them according to the reading. If it is necessary, we are going to open again our awesome reader, we are going to read again, and then you answer this question. And that's it for Wednesday. Happy Children's Day, guys! For today's work, we are having different activities. So get ready with some snack. It can be cookies, popcorns, cupcakes, candy, your favorite snack. Ready? Let's get started. For today's work, we are gonna open the book on page 72. Exercise 1. Listen to the track. Pay attention to the bold-faced words. My dad's job. We have already listened to the track the last week. Pay attention to the bold-faced word. Then, exercise 2. Look at the bold-faced word. Classify them in the chart by writing the exercise number in the correct number. For example, the first sentence. Although his job is a little dangerous. Dangerous is a bold-faced word. The word that you need to write on these boxes. So you need to check if the word dangerous is modifying to the noun or the verb. Dangerous. What is dangerous? His job. His job is a noun. So the word dangerous is modifying a noun, it goes on this box. And you have to do the same with the rest of the sentences. Next page, 73. Look at the words in the box and cross out the ones that are not adverbs. Before we answer these exercises, we need to read the language key. We will continue talking about adverbs. Look at the words and then you cross out the ones that are adverbs. You have very, never, slightly, frequently, good, badly, and so on. I will help you to identify which words are adverbs, and you need to cross them out. Exercise 4. Choose an adverb from the box. This box. To complete each sentence. You have 6 sentences and we have to complete these ones with the correct word. Once we finish, we are going to answer the bubble. List the main characteristics of a tornado. And we end up with today's work. and with the rest of the week. See you the next week, guys. Have a nice weekend.